Hello everyone, this is Mr. Siege, and today I want to share with you something pretty unbelievable in my opinion. So, for starters, look in the background, I've spent 45 million crystals on Crystal Tech, and this is the Crystal Tech behind, as you can see. Now, it's not amazing, obviously it is Siege focused, because obviously I am Mr. Siege and I'm a Siege main. I've been running 2 marches this KVK. I've gained 38 million kills. And that's even without a Kingsland fight. So we didn't even need to fight in Kingsland. We'd already conquered it before the passes even opened. So pretty impressive with Siege for a start. But obviously I've been running Margaret and Cordoba, the strongest Siege march at range. And with her, we've also been running Baba and Gauj Armada. Now, Baba and Gauj Armada are so tanky, and I will get onto this in a second. So, stick around to the end of the video, please subscribe, and throw a like. So I knew how tanky Baba and Gauj Armada were, and obviously I've got my kills this KVK, so I don't need any more, but this is just for fun and just for testing. Now look at the gear. Nevsky Joan has got 4 pieces of crit gear and full legendary iconic, even 2 pieces iconic level 2, and you can see my siege gear. Not amazing. Two crit pieces apart from the epic as well. And only iconic level 1. Now, I've slowed this down just to show you how quickly Nevsky gains rage in comparison to Baba and Gauj Armada. Now, this is pretty much the same for any duel. So for some reason, I mean, I'm sure many of you guys know why, but I don't. But for the initial rage cycle, the first one, for that first active skill, is very, very slow. Obviously, it's very hard for duels because they're smashing you with the active skill. This is like 4 seconds before my active skill is popping off. So it's very, very hard. Now, we haven't used this today because we've got exactly the same amount of troops. But obviously, usually siege marches have 3% extra capacity, unit capacity. Just wanted to quickly show you that. But as you can see, we're actually beating Nevsky Joan here. Now, I was kind of shocked, especially with the equipment, because the equipment's way better than mine. Now, we know Nevsky Joan isn't the strongest 1v1 watch in the game. That would definitely be Huo Nevsky. And we will get onto that later in the video. So we will take on Huo Nevsky and see the results. So look at this, 28,000 to 35,000. We pretty much smashed them. Now, obviously, we've got full equipment, full armaments, and support skills. But you see my crystal tech, it's not amazing. I've not spent a lot of crystals, being a low spender. But the reason they're so tanky is look at the health bonus on Baba, 30% health bonus. And Gauj Armada, 40% siege unit health bonus. And this makes them so tanky. Now let's move on to Liu Che and Alex. Now, I do not worry about inf marches attacking my towers because they're very, very squishy, in my opinion, unless you've got ridiculous equipment. So, as you'll see, Liu Che and Alex, they're about the same in the raid cycle at the moment. And I may have hit like a second or 2 earlier, which does make a little bit of a difference. Now, if you're attacking the march coming in before they hit you, I mean, you're absolutely going to wipe the floor with them, because that first hit makes a huge difference. However, once the active skill has happened, Baba's expertise skill gains 50 rage per second for 3 seconds. And that actually helps out a lot. So we do have a really good rage engine after the initial active skill smack. But yeah, it has a huge impact on the duels, because you're just initially starting off with less troops for your first active skill than what they've initially done. And yeah, it has a big impact on the result. But as you can see here, quite comfortably beat Liu Che Alex. 17,000 to 33,000. I mean, this March really does slap 1v1. And to be honest, it's pretty damn good at range too. So the next one, we're taking on Scipio Luce. Again, same amount of troops, even though we should really have 3% more. And here we go. So, like I say, we'll watch the rage again. And at the moment it looks quite even, but Scipio has just let it off. And a couple of seconds later, it's Babur and Gauge Armada. Again, they're reducing your unit capacity straight away, and which is going to weaken my next active skill. But then once we get going, we start to slap. And yeah, we're already in the yellow for Scipio Luce here. So it's not looking good. Like I say, I can beat any infantry march with my tower 1v1 as long as their equipment is only probably just a little bit better. If it's ridiculous equipment like level 5 iconic, then yeah, it's going to beat me, and it has beat me. I've done more duels against like Gorgo Luce, and they do win. But as you've seen before, with no equipment, no armaments, my ranged march wins. In previous video, we did take on Gorgo Luce. And check out the result. 22,000, nearly 23,000 to 32,000. Absolutely wrecks infantry marches. I'm telling you. And here we have a go with Scipio Alex. Now, obviously, we don't expect much from Scipio Alex. Yeah, Alex is only really ideal now with Luce, in my opinion. As you can see, the active skills pop in a couple of seconds before mine. Again, a massive disadvantage, but we're still going to win. Because this march is so darn tanky. 70% health stats. That's just from the skills, okay? That's not even including any equipment. And there's some decent stats on the siege equipment too. So, yeah, we've not even got into the yellow zone on the health bar here, or orange, sorry, colour blindness. Yeah, this is devastating, absolutely devastating. I'm not sure what this guy's equipment is, however, so it could be pretty poor. 14,000 to 40,000, and that's why Scipio Alex is not a meta march at all. Now, I can't stand Guan Scipio. For me, it was probably the worst investment ever. Guan, I wish I'd never ever put gold heads into. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 seconds difference between the active skill, and now Guan's already popped 2 active skills off to my 1. Madness. But yet again, we're just going to smash this march out of the water. So while I'm smashing this, I wanted to show you the siege stats that Babur and Gauge Armada are producing. So 163.7 siege unit health and 166.7 siege unit defense. That's pretty crazy. Now, this person can't believe it either. Little Dora. Yeah, a lot of people are naive when it comes to fighting siege units. They don't quite realise how strong they are. And that's because of mainly all the negative comments and feedback from other creators. I mean, even when they do the ranking systems, none of them include siege in any of the top rankings. Now, 21 to 41,000, yeah, ridiculous. Nearly 2-to-1 dueling trade, which is literally crazy. Here we go. We can see the stats again here. Yeah, just madness. Now, we did have a quick Boudica Zhuge Liang duel, but this really didn't count. So at the time, I didn't realise that this Boudica march wasn't even full T5. So really, it never stood a chance. Now, I need to do these tests again at Home Kingdom, where we can confirm that all the buffs that I've got are exactly the same as everyone else in the Home Kingdom. So as you can see here, we absolutely slapped it, but it was no surprise. 80 KT4 in that march, so we're just disregarding that. Now, we did take on a Gorgo Luce, and Yeah, same amount of troops this time. Again, not sure what the guy's gear's like. We did hit it a couple of shots too early, but Gorgo still hits her active skill off first. Similar timing, but it still wouldn't have made any difference. So this should be a bit closer. I know Gorgo Luce is a very strong dueling march, but as you've seen in the previous video, or you may have seen in the previous video, my range march beats Gorgo Luce without any gear. So yeah, it doesn't really stand a chance as long as my gear is about on par. But remember, that last test was actually with Babur and Cordoba. We didn't actually test Garjamada as secondary at the time because we hadn't expertised him. But now I can see that Garjamada 1v1 absolutely destroys compared to Cordoba, because obviously Cordoba is mainly being used for his AoE. Now, here is the test that everyone will be wanting to see. It's Huo with Nevsky. And Huo with Nevsky seriously is the strongest 1v1 dueling pair. Active skills popped off way before mine, as mine's just popped off and Huo is launching another one again. Now, it's just a wrecking ball. I do not stand a chance. Now, I believe this guy is Cav main as well, so he'll have decent gear, very, very good gear, and I don't really stand much of a chance. I already knew this beforehand. So I actually arrange another duel with this very kind fellow, Cerberus, from, I believe, Coalition Mad, or not Coalition, Alliance Mad. And he's actually spent, oh no, it's AO24, pardon. So he's actually spent 80 million crystals on Crystal Tech. And for saying he's spent that, it's a very, very close duel. Okay, now let's look at the results here. 29,000 to 24,000. So we arranged another duel. I said, get a rune the same as mine. Make sure your defense is the same, your defense boost. And we're going to run it no equipment. So no equipment at all. You'll still see that Huo hits his skill off a lot sooner than mine. And again, he's pretty much done 2 for mine now. Well, he has done 2 for mine. And we just can't catch up with that. But yes, we're basically on par now. I used the 3% extra troops. All our buffs are the same, apart from Crystal Tech. Okay, and I'm just trying to see if we can compare these even closer to being, which is the better 1v1 pairing. Now, I'm 100% sure that if I was hitting Huo before he got into my range, or when he got into range of the tower, it would be a whitewash. Now, this will have to be another test. We have to test this in Home Kingdom without Crystal Tech, and it'd be very, very interesting. But this is so close. So close. And these are the results. 27 to 23 or 24. Ridiculously close. So, again, we ran a Nevsky Joan with the same buffs and also no equipment or armaments to do exactly the same test, because also Nevsky Joan is a ridiculously strong 1v1 pairing. And I was just interested to see the results of this one. Now, we can see that Nevsky went orange first, so that's a good sign. We know that that now Babur's Rage is going to be cycling quite quickly because he's going now. And it's looking very promising. Nevsky Jones going in the red. It's pretty ridiculous how strong this ranged march is. And this is 1v1 at melee range. No wonder I've racked up so many kills this KVK. So, let me know what you guys think. Let's have a quick look at these results again. 25 to 33k, nearly 34. Pretty much madness. Now, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to subscribe. I know many of you are already, but a lot aren't. Throw a like, and I'll see you on the next one.